What I'd like to share with you deals with this topic of moving supplier diversity from compliance to value creation. I'd like to thank Dick Hubner for the opportunity to have done a workshop for the HMBC on this topic. The context of the data comes from a study that was done directly related to the work that Dick Hubner had asked about 3 years for us to engage in at the U of H. The first study I'd like to share just a couple of information items with you on comes from the ROI for supplier diversity. We've actually developed a template that you can use to try and drive some of these numbers. At its core, here's the Cliff Note version. We were asked by one corporate client to go through their bids to try to discern if they had lost opportunities specific to not having a best practiced supplier diversity strategy. In this particular instance, we went through the bid specs and found that they had indeed, with the one we looked at, lost a contract where they had 81 out of 100 points, but the contract had been awarded at 84 points. This particular organization had lost points because their supplier diversity was not in keeping with best practices. Specifically, there were 7 points available on the contract. They only received 1. The difference between those 6 points would have cost them roughly $500,000 to $600,000 in the additional staffing, software, and training required. However, in their case, an average contract was worth $38 million with 18% net. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, if I spend $600,000, but I'm going to be able to return back to my bottom line a net that makes the ROI specific to that effort 9 to 1, most executives will write you that check all day long. Unfortunately, many times we don't do the due diligence on the backside. And let me be very clear, I'm not here shilling for business. In most of the locations you're from, there are colleges and universities who would happily assist you in gathering and garnering the data necessary to be able to benchmark and demonstrate you're leaving money on the table as an organization. Because to put that into context, this particular entity had on average 4 RFPs per month that their sales teams turfed up that had in the RFP a weighted requirement around your diversity strategy. So if your hit rate relative to closing business was at 10%, you've got 48 of those opportunities a year. Again, all you have to do is close the same number of those RFPs as you would with traditional business, and the money pays for itself. That is the first of the studies that we've done